Hello there, welcome to another wee bit of a video. Today's video, we're gonna do something that, I feel like should be done. 7 weeks in, going on to week 8. Let's take a look at some players who are just breaking out. And we're gonna be looking at one player from each position that I believe deserves it the most. And when I say breakout, specifically for this list, I want to avoid players who were in the top 100. Now, I'm gonna be doing one quarterback, one receiver, one running back, one tight end. As you can see on the title of the video, it's going to be offensive players. Hopefully that you guys didn't read that as, oh, he'll be doing offensive linemen, because I'm not going to lie, I would be terrible at that. But as a fantasy football enthusiast, I make sure to keep an eye on all the receivers, all the running backs, all the quarterbacks, all the tight ends. So I really wanted to limit only one player on this top 100 list is considered on my breakout, meaning there are 3 players from 3 of those 4 positions that I named who were not on the radar of top 100 and who this season have really blossomed and really looked good. And when I say that, I mean like they've definitely had solid seasons. So without further ado, there's just so many names on this list. And like I said, there's only one player on this list who is like, the only reason why he's on my breakout list is because he's performing way above his rank where he was. And that player, let's zoom in on him now. Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins. He has looked fantastic. And I wouldn't include him on my breakout because last year he did solid as well. But he has elevated his game on a whole nother level. And a lot of that you can, say, oh, Tua's finally stepping up because he's got more playmakers, and you could also contribute that to Mike McDaniels, the head coach, giving them opportunities, and you could say Tyreek Hill being on the opposite side, opening this guy up. But regardless, this guy is playing too well to not be considered on this list, and plus a lot of the other receivers didn't have nearly as much of a jump as he is. And let's look at some highlights. Let's look at some stats. All right, we back. So if we're looking strictly at receiving stats here, Tyreek Hill actually leads the league in both yards and receptions. That's freaking wild. But Jalen Waddle, 621 receiving yards. He is killing it, man. I think he's, is he third? Yeah, he's third in the league. Let me confirm that by scrolling down on the next page, just in case there's any other players that for whatever reason have way more yards on way less catches or something. Yeah, so we're gonna go back. Jalen Waddle playing out of his freaking mind, dude. And let's take a look at some of the highlights of this season and just see, what makes him so special.
Ball whatsoever against New England. On 3rd and 7, Tua with time throwing, and it is complete.
Simple catch there, slide back, come back to the ball. Nothing crazy, right? But let's get it rolling. Let's see more. Let's see what he can do.
The Dolphins are going to run a play here.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I really love this decision.
proceeds to get waddled.
Jalen Waddle for the touchdown.
Huge part of what he can do, man. Just create plays, create separation. That's just a simple slant route, but he's just fast.
The other way, and that's complete.
Easy catches.
Close to
This is weeks 1 through 4 this season.
Smite the tight end in motion.
I mean, yeah, he just looks quick, looks shifty, looks fast. Tua's able to find him, get him the ball. Solid catch, but he's just fast. You can see the speed, make plays happen. Look at that, just make plays happen. Big plays, Jalen Waddle. A lot of that, his movement, inside and outside. Screenplay in between the tackles or in between the blocks. Solid catch, feet in bounds. Fundamentals right there. Keep feet in bounds.
Close to the first and got the first, if the distance here shows us. 26 seconds to play in the quarter.
And you can just see him just run. Yep. I mean, yeah, run after catch too. Jalen's too fast. I mean, you just get to see someone special like that. Jalen Waddle's really good, and again, he's the only player in this top 100 list. But that I've included in the breakouts for wide receivers. But yes, Jalen Waddle, definitely there. Now let's look at the next player. All right, so we're back, and one player that there's really two players that are deserving of this title, biggest breakout for their position. Those two players would be Ramondre Stevenson and Miles Sanders. And I don't know what some of y'all thinking. Y'all thinking like it's got to be Ramondre Stevenson, right? Wrong. And here's why. Here's the best thing that I can tell you of why I'm saying Miles Sanders and not Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson's last year was a rookie, and this year just following up on that. But Miles Sanders, this is like his third or fourth year. And the first 2-3 years was this guy can't stay healthy. This guy cannot get touchdowns. And for whatever reason, he just doesn't get the touches. Like the offense doesn't trust, the head coach doesn't trust him. And it's frustrating. And for a long time, it became, oh, Miles Sanders is the guy. He looks really good from the moment he got there in his rookie year. And then before the season started this season, it was like, he became an afterthought, as opposed to Ramondre Stevenson, who this is his second year and people were expecting him to take the next step. Maybe not to this extent, which is why he easily could be breakout player for this position. But Miles Sanders is because this guy was legitimately written off in a lot of people's minds like no way, no shot. Even though there's no one ahead of him on the depth chart, because Ramondre Stevenson, there was Damian Harris on the depth chart. So it's not like, oh, Ramondre's not good enough. It's like, oh, he's competing with Damian Harris. No, Miles Sanders was number one on the depth chart, and people wrote him off because it's like, no, injuries, and he doesn't get touches, and no, I don't want to deal with him. So that's why, for me, Miles Sanders is the biggest breakout, because his more came out of left field, and people were not expecting it, and he's really just putting it together. So just taking a look at Miles Sanders and what he's been able to do. Actually, let's go back to those stats. I'm rushing right here. 485 rushing yards on 105 carries, 4 touchdowns. He's just looked really solid, man. And being on the Eagles obviously helps, but he's finally putting it together. And as an Eagles fan, I'm sure it's very exciting to see, because you've been waiting for that to happen for quite some time. So let's take a look at Miles Sanders' stats. I mean, couple highlights from week 4, just seeing what he can do. And again, touching the touchdown, touching that end zone was a big problem. Seeing him do it, I'm sure, is a relief. And he's got speed, can make guys miss.
30, 35, 40, 45,
Yeah, just seeing him make defenders miss like that, such a relief.
and running with it and scoring.
Yep, second touchdown. 2 touchdowns in a game for Miles Sanders. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to see him finally put the pieces together. And again, I can't stress enough, this guy was slept on, like completely slept on. People just wrote him off. So to see him doing what he's doing, absolutely deserving of biggest breakout of the running back so far, up to week 7. Moving on to the next name. All right, so looking at the quarterbacks, a lot of quarterbacks who you're like, yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good. We've been knowing this. There's one quarterback above all else who stands out. I know some of y'all might think Geno Smith is deserving, and he honestly is deserving. But there's someone, in my opinion, who's just far more deserving than Geno Smith. And that, my guy, is Jalen Hurts. And I don't know how you cannot say Jalen Hurts. I just think he's done far too much, like taking this team from everyone who doubted him, right? Because people have always doubted him from his rookie year, in his rookie year as well, but also last year being his full year starting. And it's like people said he couldn't throw the ball, he had lack of accuracy. He came into the season, humbled by all the experiences, ready to go, and they're undefeated right now. And he just looks so good at what he does, from being able to run the ball, to get so many rushing touchdowns, from being able to throw the ball, put the ball in the money, and literally lead this team. Obviously Geno Smith came out of nowhere with, his redemption arc of, looking solid, but Jalen Hurts, people literally did not think this guy could be a top 10 quarterback in today's game, and he's looking the part. Like seriously, and they're undefeated. You could argue You know, this might be blasphemous for a lot of people, but you could argue he's a top 5 quarterback on the year, of course, not of all time or anything like that. That'd be ridiculous. That'd be stupid. But you could make that argument, and I don't think that's far-fetched. I mean, obviously you got guys like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, looking at some other names, obviously Justin Herbert. Let me zoom in real quick. Justin Herbert, but you could argue that Jalen Hurts is better than Joe Burrow. Like, you can make that argument and not sound stupid. Seriously, he is that good. You could argue that he's better than Tom Brady this season, in which he is better than Tom Brady this season. Tom Brady this season has struggled. You could argue he's better than Kyler Murray. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to be the one to do it. He is a top 5 quarterback this season. Just looking at these names, the only people who I truly believe are better than him this season is Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, where the hell? Damn, Lamar Jackson don't throw the ball. Honestly, you could argue he's better than Lamar Jackson this season because Lamar Jackson's been playing a little shaky the past 2 games. And Justin Herbert. Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback today, guys. Like, honestly, it just occurred to me, like, yes, you want to say Tom Brady, but dude, they're playing like garbage. Same with Aaron Rodgers, man. They're playing bad, but Jalen Hurts, phenomenal. So without further ado, let's look at some highlights, man. Like, please, let's look. AFC Offensive Player of the Month, NFC Offensive Player of the Month. This is his Offensive Player of the Month highlights. Just seeing what he does. Scrambles, and that's something people never doubted, his scrambling ability. Nobody's ever doubted that. What they doubted is his pass accuracy. Little screenplay, none crazy, admittedly. But let's wait to see some serious, solid throw, but he's wide open, nothing crazy.
And he's out across the 40-yard line with a big gainer. Off the fake. Plenty of time.
Going through your progressions. It's the little things. It really is. Look. Find the guy running the drag route. Solid play. Way to stay in the pocket. Run out. Look through his progressions. Didn't see it. Get to the first down with his legs. Never doubted that he could do that. Everyone knows that. Dime. Ooh. Could have put it a bit higher, but if you put it higher, would that guy have picked it? What I will say is this: look, with that throw, you could say, "Oh, he missed him," right? But here's the thing: let me go through this and explain to y'all why I think that was a dime. If you put that on the money, that safety runs up and lays him out. I think you could have put it a little bit further, but if you put that ball in the air, if we back out a little bit, right? Can I get rid of these captions? Yes. Okay. Right there. So he put it through the left side toward that linebacker, or that might be a cornerback just playing a flat zone. Right there. Boom. Catches it. If that's in the air, he has to jump and get that. This guy is laying him out. That's just protecting your receiver. That might not have been his intention at the time. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but that is protecting your receiver. And Aaron Rodgers did that. You see the IQ of a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers did that this past Sunday against, who was it? The Commanders. He just threw it behind Robert Tonyan, and it looks like a bad throw at first, but then you really see why. You're protecting your receiver, because if Robert Tonyan caught that where in front of him, he's getting laid out. He's getting boomed. So you got to protect your receivers as best you can sometimes. Solid throw. Number 2 couldn't get there. No deep throws yet, but I want to see a deep throw. And you know, Hurts can. Yeah, this is the stuff. We've known Hurts can do. Solid throw. Nothing crazy. A lot of these 10-yard. Excuse me. A lot of these 10-yard throws are just on the money. Nothing difficult though. I'm not gonna make this seem bigger than what it is. Scramble drill. He's just fat. Oh, was that a touchdown? No way. Yeah, okay. I didn't. That didn't look like a touchdown.
Release to Gainwell.
Check down.
Anzalone grabs him at the 35. No receptions yet at the bottom of the formation. Oh, Hurts under
Yup, scramble
pressure.
drill.
Hutchinson in the backfield.
Never
Hurts
doubted
breaks
this.
free, though, and
Never
slides down
doubted
past
that,
the
man.
40.
This is all one game, by the way. I'm sure you guys can tell.
Good protection
Deep
for
throw.
Jalen
Is it on the
Hurts,
money?
who takes a shot,
Dot.
and he's
That's a
got
dot. You
AJ
drop it in the
Brown
bucket. That's a
inside
dot.
the 10, inside.
That is a dot. So let's actually just skip towards the middle to get a different game.
Again, flag flies on the play, and Hurts is out of bounds. Hurts over the middle.
Dot.
Devontae Smith to catch the run, and dropped at the 34. Number 2 after the 4 targets, no catches at Detroit. They went to him to start their night. Hurts throws past.
Dot. Just on the money with a lot of these throws. You know, I know they're only 10, 15 yards down, but consistency is key. And then you can run. Being able to run is going to create, guys, some space and touchdown. Physical runner. That's a touchdown. Yeah, great run.
Touchdown Philadelphia. Second of the night for Hurts. 5.
That boy good.
One official overruled the other as to where it was touched. And Hurts going to add to his
Design
total
QB run. Go down.
as he was looking for the
Let me see another deep ball. We got a deep ball on deck.
Well done. Vikings looking for a stop.
Dot. That's a dot, though. Harrison Smith tried to reach the ball. He could not get there. That's a dot. That's a nice 20-yard throw. 18, 17 yard. Go through your progressions. Find them. Go. He just looks a lot more disciplined. A lot more disciplined. Not looking to run right away. Because, you know, that's a problem with a lot of quarterbacks that are scramblers. Immediately they look to run right away. If they feel like the pocket's collapsing, they're just a little bit paranoid. They're like, oh, gotta go. Jalen Hurts is literally going through his progressions, moving. Nothing. All right, now I'm gonna go. A lot of these throws, they're 2 seconds, 3 seconds in, and he's not panicking. He's staying grounded. He's staying ready to go if he feels the pressure, if he sees the pressure. But a lot of these throws, you know, they take a little time. These guys got to make their cuts. They got to, you know, get their drag routes in about 7-8 yards. Boom, drop it in. Dallas Goedert on that throw. Let's look at this throw quick.
Catch.
Right there. There, that's a check route. Looks at all those other guys. Nothing. All right, throw it down. Let's see something happen. It's about staying disciplined for a lot of these quarterbacks. A lot of the good quarterbacks can do that. Again, that's just a dime.
Interception. Hurts throws.
That's a design play. Nothing difficult at all. Routine.
For Steichen. I mean, everything on it looks good. Wide open
Design play.
Smith, and closing on it is Dantzler. And second down and 6. Hurts.
Yeah. I mean, one thing you can say is these 10-yard throws seem to be a lot more easier for Jalen. It's also good play calling too. You got to give credit where credit's due. It's a dot. That's a dot. Put it right where it needed to go.
Great field position after the blocked field goal, and now
again, go through your progressions. Staying disciplined.
It slows everybody down, even a guy like Daniil Hunter.
Let's go to one more different game.
A.J. Brown maneuvering past defenders, another first down, and he gets out to the 39-yard line with 40. Hurts
feels the pressure, move out, throw it on the run, and it's a dime. It's a dime. It's not an easy throw to make.
It's Hurts.
Deep ball.
Looking for Devontae.
Put it.
What a catch.
Great. Better catch and throw, but you put it really where only Devontae could have got it. It's a good throw. And that's tough too because it looks like it's double coverage, but there's just a safety back there.
Here is Hurts to the end zone.
Phenomenal throw. Phenomenal throw. Put it only where he can get it. Better to catch, but put it only where he can get it, and that's so important. You know, I've spent a lot of time on this specific highlight video, but man, Jalen Hurts, that boy good. That boy good. All right, on to the next player here. Just looking at the receiving stats, we're looking at tight ends here. You know, Travis Kelce expected. You know, Mark Andrews expected. Zach Ertz, not a lot of yards, but we've seen Zach Ertz do Zach Ertz things. Not much of a breakout. What I will say is a breakout is this guy right here, David Njoku. 34 catches, 418 yards on, I believe that's only one touchdown, right? Yeah. Could definitely get more touchdowns, but David Njoku, this guy has been for the longest of times, a talented player that just never really put it all together. This is the first season where I'd say, man, this guy is just getting it together. Kevin Stefanski finally able to use him to his best abilities. I know he just got hurt, but David Njoku in a NFL climate to where tight ends really it's a wasteland for a lot of tight ends. It really is. Not a lot of solid tight ends. David Njoku has emerged as a legitimate top 10 tight end, and he's producing like really 34 catches, 418 yards, you know, 7 games in. That's exactly what you want from him. You paid him to be 1,000-yard tight end, and he's on pace for that. Like, he's doing what you have asked of him to do. 7 games in, 418 yards, was it? 418 yards. I'd like to see more touchdowns, of course, but guy's just a nice physical runner. So let's look at some highlights. All right, so this is week 3 highlights against the Steelers. David Njoku. Let's see him in action.
In the pocket.
Catching it, pretty solid speed for a tight end, I'll say that. Easy catch. Nice physical runner.
On a 1st and goal, Brissett in the pocket.
That's the one touchdown on the season right there. That's the one touchdown. That's crazy. Nice catch though. How does he only have 1 touchdown, man? It's a big target.
On 2nd and 4.
Just going to progressions. Nice physical runner. I said it before, but he can do that. That's what he can do. Screenplay. See what he does.
Njoku. 2nd and 8.
I would say thumbs down.
A lot of these, again, physical, man. We got an ad or something. That was it? For real? Well, I mean, look, my statement stands. Nice physical running. Well, I couldn't find a whole lot of highlights. Most of them were of previous years, but you get the gist, man. You see the numbers. He's doing really well for a tight end. He's doing really well just in general. I can't believe that he's finally putting it together after all this time, especially under Jacoby Brissett. I think it's nice to see because Cleveland definitely needs weapons, and he provides a nice versatile target for Jacoby. So yeah, it's pretty impressive. But if you don't remember the names before David Njoku, let me just remind you who these 4 players are, which is Jalen Hurts at quarterback. I know, crazy. I know unless you're an Eagles fan, you wouldn't have thought that before the season, or unless you drafted him in fantasy because he fell to you or something. Jalen Waddle, receiver, the only player in the top 100 that I actually named as a breakout, but he's just that good. Running back Miles Sanders, couldn't have said Ramondre Stevenson, but all y'all wrote Miles Sanders off. It's time to give this guy some love for what he's doing. And of course, David Njoku at tight end. Those are the 4 names, 4 players that I truly believe are breaking out the most at their position. Obviously didn't get into defense, obviously didn't get into offensive line, but we got into those positions, which are really, really popular positions that everyone knows. So appreciate y'all for watching. As always, I enjoy doing these videos, and I'm going to keep doing videos on NFL, on basketball, and sports in general, because I love sports, man. But anyway, what do you mean without further ado? What do you mean? I'm bugging. I'm bugging. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so tired today. I woke up, not football related, but I woke up for my doctor's appointment. I had to get up at 7 a.m. Now, for some of you guys, that might be baby food. But you see, I'm 22 years old. I sleep late. Wake up to go to work. And I wake up around 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. That 1 hour means everything to me. Waking up at 6 a.m. Or sorry, 7 a.m. Waking up at 7 a.m. Oh man, that's tough. So yeah, I woke up, you know, funny enough, I did record all the other videos. I'm really feeling the sleepiness right now. So I might go and just take a nap. But anyway, getting to the point of what actually matters, that's relevant to y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching. This is I'm so tired. My brain is like, bro, just end the video, go to sleep. Appreciate y'all for watching. This has been All Even Different. All We've Been Different. I'm gonna go get some sleep, and we out.